6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. State Bank of Pakistan has received $1.1 billion from International Monetary Fund. Prime Minister says government is doing its best to improve economy. Pakistan and Belarus have agreed to further strengthen economic cooperation. At the United Nations, Pakistan says fake news and disinformation are being employed to delegitimize the freedom struggles. 47 Palestinians have been martyred in latest Israeli strikes in Gaza. Third T20 International between Pakistan and West Indies women teams will be played in Karachi this evening. And now the news in detail. State Bank of Pakistan has received around $1.1 billion from International Monetary Fund. According to a press release issued by State Bank of Pakistan, IMF Executive Board completed the second review under the standby arrangement in its meeting yesterday and approved disbursement of amount for Pakistan. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has expressed satisfaction over the release of the last financial tranche by International Monetary Fund for Pakistan. In a statement today, he said this installment of $1.1 billion will bring more economic stability to the country. The Prime Minister said the agreement with IMF proved crucial in preventing the country from default during the 16 months of his tenure in the last government. He said the tough decisions taken for economic security of Pakistan are yielding positive results in the form of economic stability. Shehbaz Sharif said the government is doing its best to improve the economy and bring development to the country. He said getting loan cannot be considered a success of any government. Instead of breaking debt trap after repayment will be a true victory. The Prime Minister vowed to rid the country of debt cycle and drive the country in the right direction for a prosperous future. Earlier, IMF's Executive Board has approved $1.1 billion final tranche for Pakistan under the standby arrangement. The IMF also allowed for immediate disbursement of financial tranche, bringing total disbursements under the arrangement to about $3 billion. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif is on way back to home after attending the special session of World Economic Forum at Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. At the Royal Airport Terminal in Riyadh, he was seen off by senior officials of Saudi Arabia, the Saudi ambassador to Pakistan, Pakistan's ambassador to Saudi Arabia, and other diplomatic staff. On the sidelines of the World Economic Forum, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met with Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman, Amir of Kuwait, Malaysian Prime Minister, and high-level Saudi officials. This visit of the Prime Minister was of great significance for Pak-Saudi economic relations. Pakistan and Belarus have agreed to further strengthen economic cooperation and enhance bilateral trade. The understanding was reached during meeting between Minister for Economic Affairs Ahad Khan Chima and Ambassador of Belarus to Pakistan Andrei Metalistsa in Islamabad today. They discussed matters of mutual interest and commitments made during the 6th session of Pakistan-Belarus Joint Ministerial Commission at Minsk, Belarus last year. The minister said Pakistan-Belarus Joint Ministerial Commission will pave way for further cooperation in trade, investment, agriculture, health, science, technology, and tourism sectors. He emphasized for joint ventures between private sectors of the two countries for advancement of agriculture equipment. On the occasion, the ambassador said trade between the two countries is below potential and needs to be enhanced through government-to-government and business-to-business interaction, trade exhibitions, and harmonization of banking procedures. Minister for Economic Affairs Ahad Khan Chima has acknowledged the role of Foreign Commonwealth Development Office in providing critical aid during 2022 floods in Pakistan. He was talking to Development Director of British High Commission in Pakistan, Ms. Jo Moir, who called on him in Islamabad today. The minister also acknowledged and thanked the support of Foreign Commonwealth Development Office for the International Partners Support Group. This is Radio Pakistan. At the United Nations, Pakistan has criticized dissemination of fake news to delegitimize freedom struggles of Kashmiris and Palestinians. The criticism was carried out by Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Munir Akram, while taking part in the general debate on 46th session of the Committee on Information at the UN headquarters in New York. He said purposeful disinformation campaigns to malign indigenous freedom struggles should be discouraged. He said Pakistan reaffirms its commitment to freedom of expression and access to information for combating disinformation in all its manifestations. Deputy Permanent Representative of Pakistan, Ambassador Usman Jadoon, chaired the session. Under the Special Investment Facilitation Council, a new agreement of 8 billion rupees has been signed under aegis of Special Investment Facilitation Council for establishment of Pakistan Digital City in Haripur. The agreement has been signed between Special Technology Zones Authority and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Information Technology Board. The Digital City will be the country's first tax-free zone, and all companies operating within it will be exempted from tax for the next 10 years. About 4,000 IT startups can be established in the city, which spans over 11 acres of land and will be fully operational by 2026. The project will increase IT exports to over $50 million and provide employment opportunities to IT graduates. Due to efforts of Special Investment Facilitation Council, 30% work on Digital City has already been completed as a result of hectic efforts by Special Investment Facilitation Council. The inaugural ceremony of Pakistan Animal Identification and Traceability System was held at Center of Excellence for Bovine Genetics in Renala Khurd district of Okara. Minister for Agriculture, Punjab, Syed Muhammad Ashik, was the chief guest of the inaugural ceremony. The commandant of the center, Major General Shahid Mahmood, welcomed the chief guest and gave a detailed briefing about the project. The objective behind establishment of the Center of Excellence for Bovine Genetics is the productivity of high-quality embryo of cows. 47 more Palestinians have been martyred in the latest Israeli strikes in Gaza. Around 34,500 Palestinians have been martyred and over 77,000 wounded in Israeli attacks on the Gaza since October last year. In Afghanistan, at least 6 people have been killed when a gunman stormed a mosque in western part of the country. No group has claimed responsibility of the attack so far. In Colombia, all 9 soldiers on board have been killed in an army helicopter crash. According to army spokesman, the helicopter lost communication with the base and was later found to have crashed. The third T20 international of 5-match series between Pakistan and West Indies women teams will be played in Karachi this evening. The match will start at 7:30 in the evening. West Indies women lead the series 2-0. And finally, the weather. Dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with chances of rain is likely to prevail at isolated places in Kashmir and adjoining hilly areas. And now the headlines once again. State Bank of Pakistan has received $1.1 billion from International Monetary Fund. Prime Minister says government is doing its best to improve economy. Pakistan and Belarus have agreed to further strengthen economic cooperation. 47 Palestinians have been martyred in latest Israeli strikes in Gaza. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.